And welcome to Let's Fly VFR. And today we're going to have a look at a problem we often all have, and that's wind. So when you're up flying and that wind comes from a new direction, or when you're pre-flight planning, what do? How do you get yourself from point A to point B and not get blown across to another planet? That's what we're going to deal with right now. So here we are with our first example. It's a wonderful day. There's no wind and we just jump in an aeroplane and we depart our airport and we get to our destination. And for our little example today, 360 is the heading we need. But what happens next if we get some wind? In this example, the wind is sprung up from 350 degrees and it's about 10 knots. So we're going along down our track and we haven't noticed, and what happens? We get blown to the right. So what are we going to do to make this better? How are we going to get back to our destination? This is a wind computer. This has many functions. This side of this computer that we use, this is a manual one, is designed just to sort out the problem we have at the moment, and that's work out wind. And it's very handy to use, especially on the ground. In this situation, the aircraft wants to fly to 240, which you can see at the top of the graphic. But the wind is coming from 290 and it's coming at about 20 knots. So we need to apply a correction. And in this example, we need a right correction. As you can see, the red line goes to the right. And you can see the middle line shows it at about 22 degrees. So we need to apply 22 degrees more to our current heading to remain straight. Pretty simple, eh? So here is how we apply that correction. In our own example, we're looking at a wind from 350 degrees at about 10 knots. So I'm just taking a general guess at about 5 knots. So to remain our track over the ground between our departure and destination points, we're going to need to turn our aircraft, say, about 5 degrees to the left. And although our aircraft is not pointing at our destination, our aircraft is going to arrive there. Now, if the wind changes, you need to apply these different variations as you go along. So you need to be conscious of your track. But the simplest version we're going to do today is just using our GPS, and it will show us very easily what heading we need to remain on the track that we need for our destination. Let's give it a go. And here we are at very sunny Gawler today. Today I'm planning a flight, and I'd like to thank Victor from over there in Mozambique who asked me this question about how to navigate when you have wind. Not everybody's going to go out and buy a navigation computer if you're a sim pilot, and you need an easy way to work out what your wind correction is. So our direct track, as you can see here, is 225 degrees. And our track will be 225 degrees because there is no wind. But we're going to dial in some wind. Well, I'm going to dial in some wind for us, and it's going to be a fairly stiff one so that you can see how much you need to make a correction for. So let me dial that in and I will come back. And here we are in the aircraft again. So we have the wind from 150. It's now 20 knots. Our ground speed is 101 knots. Our aircraft speed is showing at about 112 or 13 knots. So again, we can see the difference that it's made to our headwind. But our correction hasn't really needed to be that much. A little surprised. So let's make another adjustment. So here we are back in the sim again, guys, and I've made another adjustment. I've put the wind at 100 degrees, so the wind is coming from over here, so it's nearly directly to our left. The wind is at 20 knots still. I did move the layer down because maybe we were flying underneath the layer that I'd said. It's a bit, I can't remember how to get the layers thicker than they currently are. It comes out at default. But I guess the interesting thing is, oh, we've got some vibration, is that we are currently heading 180 and our direct track is 197, so we've got about 17 degrees of correction in, and maybe my experience here is not quite right, because it's got direct track and it's got track there and they're nearly the same, and that's not the case. So you're going to need to look at the difference between your heading here, and what you would probably do is just apply that by putting your heading bug there. So if you wanted to fly it manually, you now automatically know what heading you need to maintain if you wish to fly the aircraft manually from between now and your destination. And you will see here, on if your track is out a little, it'll tell you that you're either right or left track here. But at the moment we're going direct in, and we're coming up on Parafield Airport here, down below us. If you are interested in getting some of the South Australian airports and the city, this airport, Adelaide Airport and Gawler, where I've just come from, I've created these guys, so you can download these from my website as well, from my Facebook, sorry, not from my YouTube videos. So if you go to the navigation videos and look at the most recent one, it'll have updates of all of these which you can download, all created in Overlay Editor, which is one of the things that I really enjoy doing. It's a lot of fun. So if you're an X-plane and you have airports, especially in Mozambique, there's probably not too many people that have been over there and created them for you. Have a look at one of my tutorials on how to create your own airports and your own cities. And we've got some nice city over there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All those buildings I put in there, and I just create some airports and cities so that they look like at least there's a city there. They don't necessarily look absolutely accurate. This is my hometown, so I know they're not, but I know this is quite close to what it really is. And I'll be back here in a few weeks from now, so I'll be down there to visit. Maybe I'll bring you back some video from here and from Gawler. So okay, well, I think that's all I needed to show you guys, so I hope you're happy with that. I hope it explains your question, Victor, and it shows you very quickly how much wind correction you're going to need. You can see that we are flying not straight, but we're flying pretty sideways towards the airport, which is going to be over here. Okay, well, I think we've covered it all. If you've got any questions, please find me on the many Facebook pages. You can come to Let's Fly VFR Facebook page and drop me a question. You can drop me a question in the comments below. Feel free to do that. Remember to like and subscribe. That's always really handy, and it's really great to hear from you guys. So from now until next time, enjoy your flying, enjoy X-Plane 11, and have a great day. Catch you again soon.